Hey guys, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram for extra content you won't see here. Click the links in the description below. Hey, what's up guys? eRivera94 back again with another action figure review. And today we are looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends, the first 10 years 10th anniversary Avengers Age of Ultron Hulk and Hulkbuster 2-pack. And this is definitely the biggest box set of the set of figures from this entire 10 years series. Very massive. I can't fit it in the frame at all. Really big and heavy, of course. We do get the Hulkbuster, which was a Build-A-Figure at one point, and the Hulk figure, which was just a regular release. But it looks like they did change it up a bit, as they did with both, like they're doing with almost all the re-releases of the series. Take a quick look at the side of the box, because this is very difficult to show it. But for the most part, we see one of Tony Stark's armors, one of the bots that was out, a police force in the movie, and of course Ultron took over, so we see it infected by Ultron here, and this would be a cool release for them to do for the 10th anniversary series. That's a pretty good idea for them to do. Maybe this is a tease, I don't know, probably not, but hopefully they do dive into some of these other type of characters. As for the read up on the side, we have 2015, which you can't see it on the camera, but that is the year the movie came out, Avengers Age of Ultron on the top, and then we do get this read up. Go ahead and pause the video if you guys wish to read it. And here is the back of the box. We do get a poster from the movie. We get number 7 on the top corner, which we can't see right now, but that is the order in which you want to organize the side of the box to make the panorama. And then we do have 2 read-ups on the back. The Hulkbuster reads, having anticipated the need for backup in situations involving the Gamma Green Goliath, Tony Stark creates Veronica, a Titan-sized suit of armor known more commonly as the Hulkbuster. Hulk. Despite efforts to stay grounded, Bruce Banner falls captive to the mind games of Scarlet Witch and loses his temper, swirling into a blind, catastrophic rage. And this is all we're going to get here. We don't get any accessories for either of the figures. We just get the Hulkbuster and we get the Hulk. And this is a pretty good value if you think about it. This was a Build-A-Figure, which you know what it would cost to build a Build-A-Figure. Essentially, yes, it's the free figure of the wave when you complete the entire wave. But if you ever want to skip a wave and you just want the Build-A-Figure, you have to go on eBay and buy the Build-A-Figure separately. You know they're always going to run you about $50, $60 or higher sometimes. So here you're getting these 2 figures for $50, and that's not bad at all. And here we'll take a look at Bruce Banner as the Hulk, and I actually like what they did here. Very cool extra detailing that they added on here to make it a little bit different and a little more accurate to this exact scene from the movie here. We get a lot of the veins popping here, and it goes to the neck, goes to the shoulder and the bicep. And then if you look at his face, we'll take a closer look as well, but you see the redness around the eyes, and that is when Scarlet Witch pretty much took control of his mind, and he had his eyes all red, his face was all red. He was pretty much just mind controlled, going crazy, and that's the reason why the fight even happened versus Tony and Bruce. So there is his face. There you can see they did add the veins to the cheek on the side of his face, and I like that detail. It looks good. It's painted on, and some parts it's actually sculpted. They sculpted and painted over the sculpt, so that looks good. And as you can see, they did add the chest hair, which he did have in the movie. Very small detail, but it's cool that they did that. It's more accurate that way, and I like accuracy, so that's cool. We got the chest hair, we got the veins popping out, and then we got the redness around the eyes, and it looks pretty good. It's not overdone, in my opinion, so I do like that. And of course we do get an open mouth here, and we haven't gotten an open mouth Hulk at all, I don't believe, from any of the movie Hulks, so that's a nice touch right there. The hair sculpt came out pretty good, and then here's the bottom. So this is what we've seen. This is the same mold, of course, nothing new here. It's even using the old wide jointed legs, so that's pretty funny. It's pretty outdated by now. So Hulk's head's gonna swivel left and right like this. It's gonna move up until it comes off, I believe. Yep, until it comes off, and it's got the ball joint, so they didn't have the ball jointed hinge, so it's not really gonna move up and down that much. We have a little tilt there, and that's it. The arms are gonna go forward and back, in and out this much, so that's a good range there. We got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist with a hinge. We have a diaphragm joint that moves forward like this and back like that, side to side. Good range overall. So wide jointed legs, so to move it forward you have to twist the joint right here and then twist the thigh and then move it forward like this. There you go. So I remember these. I didn't like these that much. And then to move it back side to side, you got to twist it back, and then you can do the side to side movement, which is a good range on this guy right now. Look at that, pretty much a split. But as you can see, you really got to twist it around and do this junk every time. So that's the Y joint, and they went ahead and made it black. So it doesn't really match with his suit unless it's meant to be a pinstripe or something like that on the suit. Right here you can see it's black there, so maybe it's meant to be black. Not sure. So we do get a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. The ankles are going to hinge forward and back, and they're going to pivot. And not even fitting in frame, here is the Hulkbuster. This is the same exact figure completely, head to toe, just a few different paint apps here and there, and that is about it. This could have been an opportunity from them to have given us something different, maybe an alternate arm with a different effect, like a rocket coming out of it or something like that. I know he had a broken arm in the movie when I think Hulk ripped it off, I'm not sure, and then he called Veronica for a spare arm, and then it flew in, and then the arm attached to him and all that. Something like that would have been cool. I don't know, I'm just making up ideas of something different they could have done, you know, something extra they could have done to add on to something that we've already gotten before to make it a little different. And there is a closer look at the head sculpt of the figure. Overall, closer look at everything here. So we've seen all this before. Here's the back. I know for sure I'm seeing some differences here. I know this wasn't there and this white was not there. I don't think so. I'm going to have to look at my Build-A-Figure, but that's the only thing I really see different. I'm going to have to get them side by side first. Alright, so let's run through the articulation real quick here. The head is able to move left and right as so. It can move up and it can go down like this. Then we got the arm going forward and back, in and out about this far, which is a pretty good range right there. We have the bicep that swivel at the upper bicep, and it swivels at the elbow. We got a single jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist, and a hinge. We have a diaphragm joint that swivels, and it's very tight. This was the same thing with the Build-A-Figure. I mean, it is the Build-A-Figure. So it does this type deal, and you have to really twist it to get it to turn. So there is that, and move back and forward. Then the leg will go forward and back, goes in and out, only out about that far. We have thigh swivels. We have a really big double jointed knee. Then we have the ankles that hinge forward and back. They swivel left and right, and they pivot. Alright, and here we have him next to the Build-A-Figure. And if you can guess it, it's on the right side. So this is the new 10th anniversary, and this is the Build-A-Figure from back in 2015, 2016, not sure when it came out. The red plastic is a different color. I do like the new one. It is a darker red, which is nicer. This is a little too bright right now. Seeing him next to him, you can really see the difference there. They painted the gold better on the new one too. The silver looks about the same. And I was right about these things down at his legs down here. They are white, and then they are not painted over here on the older Build-A-Figure. If you take a look at his shoulder, there's some silver there, and it's not painted over here. Very small little things. I remember these forearm pieces were never detailed, and they actually added in some silver paint onto them, so that's something a little better there. Here is the back side. Again, more subtle little changes, mainly right here. We got the silver paint, and they did not paint it at all on the Build-A-Figure. Got the white. It's supposed to be like a light illuminating out, and they didn't paint it over here at all either. And they actually painted silver on these little circles, and they're white on the Build-A-Figure. Alright, and here we have the two Hulks. This is, of course, from the Avengers Age of Ultron line. This is the older one, and you can see they are using, indeed, the same body mold, just a different hair sculpt and head sculpt, I guess I should say. So that is the difference there. Everything else is the same fists and everything. Nothing really changed there. They changed the paint, and that's about it. They made them really lighter on the newer one, and they had them a little bit darker green on the original one. Of course, the pants are completely different right there, but no mind control on the original one like the new one. So I do like that they did add this screaming head. I felt like that's a need or a necessary accessory for Hulk. They should at least give him a closed mouth and an open mouth alternative head with every Hulk. That would be cool, but they choose not to give us two for some reason. But here they are side by side in case you guys were curious. There's a little closer look. No chest hair on the original one, so that detail was lacking. And then they did have the veins sculpted, but no paint of the veins like this one has. As for the back, nothing really crazy there except for the skin tone being a different color. And here's a comparison next to some of the other 10th anniversary figures. We got the Mark 7 Iron Man and Ronin, the Accuser. We'll go ahead and get in some other figures. From there we got Tony Stark right in front of the Hulk. And there is the new Thanos next to the Hulkbuster. Alright, and that's going to do it for my review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends 6-inch 10th Anniversary Series 2-pack of the Hulkbuster and the Hulk from Avengers Age of Ultron. Totally up to you if you want the updated Hulkbuster. I prefer the new one over the old one. They did make it look better. And the new Hulk is indeed the accurate version you want to get if you want to get these two fighting and make it look just like the movie where he is under mind control. So you're definitely going to need to pick up this set to recreate that scene. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And as always guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.